watching its very own TV5 News Live. Good evening. It's Monday, April 29th, 2002. I'm Kelly Esno. Welcome to this special TV5 News Live update, which will be immediately followed by a live broadcast of Clarion Borough Council's monthly work session. Mark Despotakis joins us now to fill us in on the meeting that will air live following our news update.
Thank you, Kelly. Well, first, a bit of explanation. Tonight at 6, after the meeting that you're going to see in this studio, we're hosting a party to say goodbye to my show Feedback. So Clarion Borough Council has decided to have their meeting here in our studio so they all can attend the party. So I thank them for coming down. Now for a little bit of a preview of the meeting. Tonight, Council is going to discuss some special events requests, including a United Way 5K and 10K race, and a request for a walk to support the Alzheimer's Association Memory Walk. Also look for talk of the possibility of a new stop sign being placed in Clarion Borough. That's just a very brief preview of tonight's meeting. Once again, I'd like to say thanks to the council for coming down tonight so they can come to the party. And you can see that party right here tomorrow night at 7:30 on TV5 after TV5 News Live. Kelly, back.
Thanks, Mark. Thick black smoke choked the 300 block of New Bethlehem this morning as fire engulfed several buildings, effectively stopping traffic through this sleepy little town to the south. 26 fire companies, including Clarion and Strattonville, responded to the early morning blaze that is said to have originated in the Newbie News, a popular night spot for local teenagers.
The point of origin for the fire is the Newbie News building, located right down in the middle of the 300 block, is that right? In the middle of the 300 block of Broad Street. The fire first alarm went out right around the 6:30 this morning. New Bethlehem Pharmacy mainly has sustained smoke and water damage, but from there on down we go to the Country Cottage, flower shop, heavy damage. All the rest of the buildings are basically total loss, which was Country Cottage, Newbie News, Dollar General, and Hilliard's Hardware Store.
Authorities have not yet determined the cause for the fire, but have said that accelerant-sniffing dogs will be brought into the investigation. Last week, Clarion University hosted a Take Our Daughters to Work Day. On May 2nd, the university will hold a Take Our Sons to Work Day. Dr. Stephen Johnson will welcome the sons at 8:45 a.m. Programs include a star show at the planetarium, an explanation of how TV news broadcast is produced, and then a tour of the new Carlson Library, which has been under construction for the past 2 years. The day is sponsored by the President's Commission on the Status of Women, the Office of Human Resources, the Women's Study Program, and the Making Connections Program. The Special Olympics began in Clarion County on Thursday, April 25th, and lasted until Saturday, April 27th. The torch run started at the courthouse and ran to the stadium. Olympic events at the stadium were canceled. However, events such as basketball at the rec center and swimming in Tiffin Gym took place. Many participated in the events, and the Olympics was a success. A weekend agreement between Israeli and Palestinians brings both sides closer to the ending the standoff outside Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat's Ramallah compound. Elaine Keano has a closer look at the agreement details.
British and U.S. security experts are set to arrive in the Middle East as part of an agreement to turn over Palestinians wanted by Israel. For more than 4 weeks, Israeli soldiers have surrounded Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat's West Bank headquarters in Ramallah. Now, a step towards an end to the standoff.
We need the Israelis to act in good faith in order to withdraw and to lift the siege and the closure, and then we'll take it from there to do whatever we can in accordance with our capabilities.
This weekend, Palestinian leaders accepted a proposal by President Bush calling for U.S. and British security forces to guard 6 Palestinians wanted by Israel.
Chairman Arafat should now seize this opportunity to act decisively in word and in deed against terror directed at Israeli citizens.
Israel has endorsed the plan, and according to Israeli radio, those 6 Palestinians are to be moved from Arafat's Ramallah compound to a jail in Jericho.
I think the most important thing to understand is we need now to move forward. President Bush's proposals were very hard for Israel to accept, but the Prime Minister took a deep breath and passed those recommendations in the Israeli cabinet yesterday. We're talking about terrorists who murdered a minister in the government of Israel.
The plan allows Yasser Arafat to travel freely in the West Bank and Gaza. He had been confined to his headquarters since March 29th, when Israeli forces moved in on his compound. Under the agreement, Israel would also withdraw its troops from Ramallah. Now, it's not clear exactly when Israeli troops might pull back from Yasser Arafat's compound. Meanwhile, White House officials say Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon is set to meet with President Bush in a couple of weeks. In Washington, I'm Elaine Quijano. Now back to you.
Well, that's all for tonight's news. Thanks for joining us. Join me tomorrow night with Autumn Gels for a regular newscast bringing you the latest in local, state, and national news. For everyone here at TV5, I'm Kelly Esno. Have a good evening.
For covering all of our events, I think they do a good job of coverage of the council meetings, and whether it's the Clarion News or the Derrick or C93, they've always been, I think, pretty good to us, and I think they've been pretty fair in their coverage. And but the very nature of that type of journalism, even if it's objective, it's subjective because you have to condense it all down at some point, and so there's decisions made in coverage. But the nice thing about TV is, you know, it's live, it's warts and all, and we appreciate the coverage there from Channel 5 on Clarion University Television. And one person in general, Mark Despotakis, I'd like him to come here. Is he hiding in the control room? Or? He's been, in terms of his years at Clarion, yeah. Mark always dresses up like this.
That's right. I'm from Borough Council.
Sure, typical Clarion. That's right. Mark has been very good in his coverage of Borough Council, and he makes the coverage go. I think his leadership's been very good for the university. I understand he's graduating this May, and he's also been accepted for an internship with CNN. So he is a journalist, and he says that you're not a journalist unless you have a nice pen and pencil, and we'd like to give this to you. And
thank you.
For your
Thank
coverage.
you guys so much. It's been wonderful to...
And they're throwing a little reception afterwards, so everyone here is invited to stay.
We should dub a copy of that and send it to CNN just to make sure that they could use it around the newsroom.
I think that suit alone will be worth money in the future. For pictures of it. So, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Having no other business, entertain a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.